This is insane. Look at that. Oh, here's our little ramp to go in.
This is a box fort floating in the middle of a lake.
Can't believe we did it.
It's a lit day in a box fort.
Hey yo, what's going on guys? It's Papa Jake here from Team Epiphany and we are back with a brand new video. And today, Logan, we're not at home anymore, dude. We are not at home, bro. We are at a lake because you guys absolutely destroyed the last video. We got over 100,000 likes in less than a day. You guys have been absolutely killing it. Papa Jake always keeps his promises. We came out here. Now I know what you're thinking, what's this? This looks like a pond. Well, this is actually where we're gonna be building the box fort. We have this nice little area here. We've got our boxes over here, and this is kind of like a launching zone, a marina, whatever you want to call it. And out there, guys, out there is the Great Lake. Normally we do these floating box forts, it's in our pool, but here there's no sharks, but there's fish, there's mosquitoes, there's probably no alligators, but there's definitely deadly stuff here. We're gonna start building this box fort. Again, we don't have a lot of time, so we want to make this thing as quick as possible so we can launch it on the lake and get out there. And guys, our challenge for today is to survive 24 hours in the middle of the lake. We brought a ton of supplies with us. We're gonna make this thing as cozy as possible. We got lights, we got food, we got water, even got a shower. So it's time to get building this thing because we got to get it in the water. But first, we need our floaties. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We got our 2 floaties here, and we're actually gonna go for a design we've never used before. It's definitely a tall box fort. But guys, the reason why we're making it so tall, unlike my pool, there are waves, there are boats going by.
Lots of boats.
So if a big wave comes and hits the side of the box fort and we're really close to the ground, that's gonna wet all the cardboard and ruin the whole thing. So we wanna make sure we're high off the ground, high like a boat. I mean, like, look, Logan, boat. I don't see a difference. I think we're gonna tape them together so they don't move around at all, and then we can start putting on the boxes.
Let's start building.
We used a ton of tape and they seem pretty solid. Seem like they're not moving around too much, so it should be good for us to start building with the boxes. We just got the floor done and it is looking so nice. It looks sweet, dude. We got the orange outline and everything going. We have all the walls done and it is looking so awesome. We still got to do the roof, but check out the inside. Once we get the roof on, we're gonna make the door as well as windows. And it's really important, guys, that we have windows on this thing because when we're out in the middle of the lake, there's boats, there's sea-doos, there's all this stuff that could come by, and we want to make sure that we can see. We'll definitely add some flaps to the windows because at night I know there'll be a lot of mosquitoes and bugs, but as long as we can look out and see a boat coming, that's what's important. We also have to make sure we have a hole where we can use our paddles because we got to paddle out in the middle of the lake. Also, on a side note, guys, I brought my fishing rod and I've been looking in here and there are a lot of little fish, so hopefully we can do some fishing off the side of the box fort and actually get it to work this time. She is almost ready to go. We definitely made this one extremely secure, and this is probably one of the greatest floating box fort builds we've ever done. Now that this is ready, guys, we're gonna go grab our gear. We're not gonna put our gear in until we're out in the middle of the lake. Once we're out in the middle of the lake, then we'll put the gear in. So I'm a little bit worried about the waves, but hopefully if we have the anchor and the oars set in place, it should be okay to hold up against all of that. So we just finished up our lunch break and we came back. The box is looking great. So we're gonna cut out the windows as well as the doors now, and then we're gonna get in it. Let's make this door, dude. We also brought our extra tube over there, which we're gonna use to go on like maybe an expedition or something. We don't know yet, but in case we wanna like go out on the water, we'll have that little rowboat to get out on. And like I said, guys, we're also gonna need to make these windows so we can see other boats driving by or anything that might hit us. Check it out, that's looking pretty lit. Definitely wanna be able to close them because at night there's lots of mosquitoes, lots of bugs, and we don't want those getting in. So the windows are almost complete. Time to fill this up with all of our supplies. Oh, we got a lot of stuff, so it's a good thing we made this extra buoyant. All right, so we also brought along an anchor, which is in here. So we're gonna actually pull out our rope and tie it to inside here, but I think we'll do that once we're afloat in the box fort. Obviously, if we're staying here during the night, we don't want the box to start moving or pick up with the current and fly off. So that'll keep us in place, hopefully. But we have one problem. Logan, this isn't a big anchor. Our lives are depending on this tiny little anchor. Life jackets are a must if this thing goes down. We don't want it to, but in case it does, we got our life jackets. So we're ready to launch it. We got our paddles here. Now it's time to put it in the water. We're gonna attach the dinghy to it with our rope.
It's not ready yet, Jake. It needs one thing. She needs a name.
She does need a name. I don't know what's a good name.
We will choose our favorite name from you guys. Leave it down below in the comments.
I'm not gonna lie, this is insane. Look at that.
Oh, here's our little ramp to go in.
All right.
We're ready to go. We have a perfect docking system. attaches perfectly, and now we're hooked up to the dock.
It's the moment of truth. We've got the dinghy hooked up. We got the rope there. That's going to be keeping it to the box fort house, the floating box fort house. We've got our nice little stand here to get in it. Bro, this is so sick. It definitely needs some cleaning up in here because we just threw everything everywhere. I think we're going to get some lighting in this. So we brought our nice little survival pack here. This is actually our shower, sweatpants, change of clothing, all that kind of good stuff. Fuel for our dinner, because we're not actually making a fire just because if we're in the middle of a lake, it's going to be kind of hard to put out a fire. So we're using propane. Got our LED lights. Got the little lamps on here, so those are some nice ambient light. And we're going to put these up maybe up on the roof here, so we get like 2 cool lights. And then I'll put the control panel on the side. Bam, we got the lights on, make them different colors. Let's change them to blue. Yo, check that out, guys. I'm not sure which color is the best. I guess like maybe yellow is give us the brightest color, but it is cool. We can change it to whatever we want. Time to get in. Oh god.
Okay, ready?
Oh god, we're setting sail now. Should we like clean up more?
You're right,
Yeah, let's organize, get everything set up before we set sail. Got most of our stuff organized. We're gonna organize the rest of it once we get out into the middle of the lake, but the sun is setting, so we gotta get out there ASAP. I hung up our first aid kit. Hopefully not gonna need that. I also hung up our lights, and I got some of our dinner cookware ready for tonight. Oh, there we go, guys. We are officially out.
I think we're gonna try and get out there as soon as we can so we can anchor and do like a little expedition. There's this island pretty close to where we're gonna be going.
We got our dinghy over there. We finally left the little marina we were in, so we're pretty far out now in the lake. So once we get out to a good spot, we're gonna set our anchor up. We are now officially in the middle of a lake. This is a box fort floating in the middle of a lake.
Can't believe we did it.
So now that we're here, guys, we're gonna set up our anchor. Once that's done, we're gonna go straight into our expedition because we wanted to go to an expedition. Problem is, if we go too late, it's gonna be pitch black and there's no way we're gonna find our box fort.
So we got our anchor.
This is more of like an anchor to catch on a rock than it is to hold down the boat. 3, 2, 1. Now that we got that anchored, it's time to go on our expedition. We're gonna bring the dinghy around to the front. We're gonna gather a few supplies. Probably we're gonna take our underwater flashlights.
It wasn't until after we departed from the box fort and headed to the island that things started to get a little bit weird. Getting closer and closer to the island, it was definitely creepy, and we knew that being in an abandoned kind of island place in the middle of a lake. Nonetheless, once we entered into the island, that's when things started to go wrong. At first we thought it was just normal stuff, the camera kept shutting off, but on top of that we had a massive glitch with all the sound from the entire island. Once we got back home after the entire trip, we reviewed the footage and found out that no other part in the entire filming session did the audio cut out except for the island. Now it's important to note that these were multiple clips on the island. This wasn't just us filming straight and the audio happened to glitch. Every piece of footage we had from this island glitched out. We walked around for a bit and planned to head back, and that's when I saw some sort of like weird structure and thought we'd go check it out. What we ended up finding was an abandoned treehouse. Now granted, this is an island in the middle of a lake, only accessible by boat. After all the weird stuff that had been going down with the camera shutting off, it was just starting to get really eerie. And I started to feel this weird feeling, kind of had hair sticking up on the back of my neck and just kind of like a scared feeling. We got closer and closer to the treehouse, and that's when we decided to take a look inside and see if we couldn't find any clues to if anyone was living there or had been there. Once we got up inside it, we noticed it was overrun with tons of bugs, spiders. After spending a little bit of time in the treehouse and looking around, we knew we had to head back to the floating box fort. Quickly made our way back to the boat, where we launched off and made our way to the box fort itself. What I don't think is a coincidence is that the next scene after we returned to the box fort, there was nothing wrong with the audio or footage itself.
All right, guys. So we just got back in after that expedition. Dude, I never thought we would find an abandoned tree fort. Like, it was
really
creepy.
cool, though.
It was cool, but it was creepy, man.
I don't know, that was probably someone's hangout spot.
Guys, do you think that was cool or creepy? Let me know down below. But it is getting dark out, guys. Okay, wait, brace for wave, Logan. Logan, that's a big wave, bro. Here it comes. Oh, God. Uh-oh, guys, we got our first boat passing by.
Jake, it's rocking out.
Jake. Okay, all right. Okay, Let's get this anchor down quickly. So we are gonna start getting ready for dinner, but I think we're gonna clean up a little bit more. I found this cool flashlight. It turns from like really big to like really intense. So this is the camping shower that we're gonna use in our box fort.
Pretty much you fill up your shower bag with water. You put it on the roof and then the sun heats up the bag and the water. Then it comes out hot, just like a normal shower.
Let's fill it up and get it out there now.
All right, so I filled it up. Now I'm just gonna put it on the roof.
It's on the roof, gonna heat up there, and we're gonna have a nice shower tomorrow morning. As this is actually starting to become such a nice home. Gonna chill out, float here, enjoy the nice waves. I always say this, guys, I love our floating box fort 24-hour challenges because when you sleep in a floating box fort, it like rocks you to sleep slowly. Sometimes it can make you feel sick. By the way, dude, I'm kind of getting hungry. You want to make dinner now? Making dinner is not easy. We can't call pizza. We can't call Uber Eats. We have nothing. We only have the food we brought. Luckily, we brought some rations. You guys know our MREs. We use them all the time. They heat themselves with just a little bit of water. We ran out of that, but luckily, we actually brought a camping stove with a propane tank. So we're gonna boil some water, pour it in our new ration pack, and I think for dinner, we got some pretty good stuff. This is our dinner. The only way to activate it and cook it is with boiling water. So unfortunately, we don't have our MRE heaters, but we're gonna boil the water on our stove, but it also comes with a kitchen. And we're in the middle of the lake. Papa Jake's the box fort guy. Just letting you know. So we have our breakfast, but this is what we're gonna have for dinner. We got spicy sausage pasta and southwestern style macaroni. So it looks pretty good. Do not forget, we are box fort building professionals, so anything we do not try it at home. I mean, doing this in the pool is dangerous enough, but in the middle of the lake, definitely dangerous. Because if you don't like it, you can go right out the box fort door. We have a tea kettle, which not only is great to make coffee and stuff like that, but it's gonna be what we use to boil our water for dinner. We're gonna use one of our purified water bottles because you do not want to use lake water, even if you're boiling it. I mean, you can in a dangerous situation, but we have got water. So now we take our little propane tank and we put it in the propane tank holder. That way it doesn't tip over. Especially want this when we're on a boat. All right, so that's in. Just gonna test it real quick, make sure it's on. And again, guys, if you do happen to have one of these, do not try these at home because they are extremely dangerous in any box fort. Make sure you have parent supervision when you're making your food. It's best to stay to dry foods. There we go. And now we got a gas stove in a box fort. So now all we're gonna do is take our cooking pot, put it on top, and wait for the water to boil. So guys, we're just gonna hold it steady now and wait for the water to boil. It shouldn't take too long to get the water boiling. We'll know when it starts to steam up here.
12 seconds later.
All right, guys, so it looks like the water has just come to a boil. So we're gonna turn off the stove. There we go. So we're gonna carefully take this off here. Got this southwestern macaroni and cheese. So let's take our water and we're gonna let that stand for about 10 minutes. All right, next up, we got the spicy sausage pasta. So I think this one's gonna be mine, dude. Now we got about 10 minutes for dinner to cook. And we're ready to eat. So we're gonna dismantle this, put it away safely, and then get ready for dinner. By the way, guys, check this out. We were kind of worrying that bugs might be an issue. Well, they're an issue. Look at all the bugs here, dude. They are swarming around the box fort light. It is insane. Luckily, these aren't mosquitoes, so like they're not really gonna affect us. We got some bug friends up there. We started to hear some loons. We also heard some wolves earlier, so that's nice. I mean, luckily none of those are an issue. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is a friendly loon comes by. Let's change it to some dinner lighting. I'm feeling blue dinner lighting, bro.
Ooh,
that
okay.
looks nice. All right, so we got some blue dinner lighting going. We got our friends, the bugs up there. They're getting more and more up in that corner.
It smells delicious. Oh man, that looks good.
How's it look? Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That looks good, man. That's some beef macaroni.
Some beef macaroni.
How is it? Awesome, man. That was good, man. Those dinners were great. Although, they still don't beat the MREs, but they were some good meals. It's pitch black. We're both exhausted from a long day of building. I think it might be time to hit the hay. I think it's time to set out our sleeping bags and get ready for bed. Just got in my sleeping bag. Chilling out now. I'm gonna turn off the lights and go to bed.
We got our anchor in place. I think we're snug for the night. The anchor hasn't moved at all. So yeah, we're pretty good.
We also put a light on top of the box fort. We strapped one of our lanterns up there just to make sure that if there are any boats on the water at night, they will see us and not run into us, because that would be terrible. But we're gonna turn the rest of the lights off and get to bed.
You ready to go to bed, Jake?
Bro, I'm already falling asleep.
All right, lantern is going off. Main light's going off. And Logan, if you would do the honors. We'll see you guys in the morning. Boat just went by right beside us, man.
What is up, guys? It's a lit day in the box fort. Yeah. I literally woke up and for a second forgot where I was, and I was like, what is that? Are we dying? Logan apparently can sleep through anything over there. Logan, how'd you sleep last night? This is alright. Yeah, it was lit. It was lit. It got a little cold last night. Like, at first I thought the box fort was gonna be amazing. We woke up during the night, literally shivering, and I was like, bro. So we had to change, put on our sweaters, put on our sweatpants, which was fine. We brought all that stuff.
The anchor kept us perfectly positioned. It just kept us in the middle of the lake.
I woke up like a few times. Like when we woke up to fix this thing, I took the high beam flashlight and was like, yo, I'm just gonna check to make sure we haven't floated downstream, and we were completely fine. We didn't move at all. The anchor seems to hold up. Everything seems to be good.
Wow, the timing on that. Any other time during the night.
Oh my. Got the anchor definitely highly secured back in there. It definitely got a little bit wet during the night. By the way, guys, I haven't really got to show this off. Check out the beautiful morning view. This is what we get to wake up to when you sleep in a floating box fort on the lake. We have 360 degrees of a beautiful morning lake, and it looks like the sun is just coming up.
Guys, look at this view.
Now that I've kind of woken up a bit, we are going to brush our teeth because we brought toothbrushes. We're gonna set up the bathroom because we need a morning bathroom to get ready for a nice day on the box fort. So we're gonna set that up now, and then after that, maybe go fishing. I look actually kind of bad. Like I slept in a box fort all night, but the mirror looks awesome. Just because you're living in a box fort does not mean you don't have to keep up with hygiene. All right, looking good. Ready for a day in the box fort. I think it's now time to do some fishing. I'm gonna see if we can catch some breakfast. We did bring some breakfast rations, but we also brought a fishing rod. And I mean, unlike my pool, this is the floating lake box fort. So there are fish down there and they need to be caught. Definitely catch it and release it, but I do want to prove a concept. I want to prove that we could survive here off the land if I catch a fish. Now watch me not catch anything.
Little bit of seasickness.
Oh, Jake, I don't like that.
Oh, it was really, it is really rocky. Thank God there were no boats last night, man. I would have freaked out.
So we have the fishing rod ready. I got our weights on it. I've got our lure on it, and now we are good to go out and do some fishing. If everything goes as planned, I'm gonna catch a fish. Logan does not think I can catch a fish. He does not believe that I'm the ultimate fisherman in a floating box fort.
6 hours later.
Oh my God, what? I caught a fish. You caught a fish?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, the line messed up.
Guys, be easy on Jake in the comments.
You know what, man?
He's really upset he didn't catch anything.
Okay, dude, the fishing rod broke.
Sure.
This just all fell apart. So it was all right. You know, it was a good test to see if we could. I definitely could have if we had more time, but we got to keep going here in this floating box fort. Before breakfast, we're gonna take a shower in our box fort shower.
At this point of the day, the shower should have enough sunlight to heat up.
We got a shower, guys.
I never thought I would be in a floating box fort in the middle of a lake and having a shower. That was really, really refreshing. So now I'm gonna dry off, get warm, probably get my sweater and clothes back on.
Look at all this seaweed. Not a very graceful docking, but we docked. The wind really started to take us out.
Guys, we've been paddling for half an hour trying to get home.
We just survived this challenge, man.
Well, high five, man. We did it.
We did it.
24 hours in the middle of a lake on a floating box fort. Barely made it home.
Oh, I'm exhausted, man.
Dude, that was the longest paddle back. I did not think we were gonna make it. The current kept pushing us back. Well, I think this wraps up our 24-hour floating box fort on a lake challenge. We did it. It was absolutely insane. And we pulled it off in style. We had a shower, we had a fishing rod, we had a kitchen, we had everything in there, even a bathroom. It was so much fun. Honestly, this was a really fun adventure. As hard as it was really cool to be out in the middle of the lake, the fresh air. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to do more extreme challenges like this, be sure to smack that like button down below. Let's get 100,000 likes on this video. Share it with your friends, share it with your grandma, I don't care. This has been Papa Jake from Team Epiphany. I'll see you guys next time for another awesome video.